Hey y'all, it's your girl Pound Cake, and today is July the 17th, and it is my half birthday. And as I promised, I'm going to be doing a video today on where I am going for my birthday next year. And if you want to find out where that's at, keep watching. Alright y'all, so as I promised, I'm going to let you know where I'm heading for my birthday trip next year. I went ahead and just kind of noticed some things, just to kind of like talking points, just to kind of clarify and let y'all know what the temperature is. But yeah, so today is the day. I want to let you know where I'm heading for my birthday. Because y'all know I like to keep a promise. I don't like to tell no tales. I might tell you a joke, but I would never tell you a lie. And I said I was going to drop my video on today, and that's what we're going to do. Now, yeah, so the place that let's do a little quiz. Let's do a little quiz. Now, what continent do you think that I am going to for my birthday? Drop it down in the comments and let me know where you think it is. Also, am I going back to Asia? Let me know. As well, if you think that I'm going to a new continent, also let me know down in the comments. Now, I am going to tell you where I'm going at the end of this video, or not even at the end, maybe somewhere in the middle, just to kind of give you some time to go ahead and drop your comments down in the comment section. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and deliver the 411. I'm going to go over the pricing, as well as just like my flights, accommodations, why I chose this location, etc. So let's go ahead and get on into it. All right, so why I chose the place that I'm going. Again, I'm not going to tell you just yet, but the first talking point I have is why I chose the location. And the reason I chose the location is because it's something different. Like, I've always wanted to kind of dive into this sector of the world, and there's so many other places I could have went in this same continent, and kind of give you a hint, right? But anyway, there's other sectors I could have chosen, but I went ahead with this one because I'm just like, you know what, Dominique? Do what you gotta do. Do your big one. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't sell yourself short. Don't choose another place. Do what it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, you got that right. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So that's why I chose this place. Now, it was a little penny. It cost me a little bit of change. Another clue. And the reason I still move forward is because, as I tell you guys all the time, like, if you're not going to do it for yourself, who's going to do it? So if there's things you want to attain, places you want to go, things that you want to do, you need to, you know, do it yourself, because no one's going to do it for you or even facilitate you getting it done. So who better than me, baby? So that's the reason why. That's one reason why. But y'all know I love me a good beach with clear water. Another gym. I love me a nice little beach so I can be scantily clad laying on that hoe. You feel me? And that's of course why I chose it as well, because we love beautiful clear water. And I made sure that when I did go ahead and choose my accommodations, that it was ocean view and not sea view, because y'all know how Belize went. And if you don't know how Belize went, I'm gonna link it here so that you can see exactly how that went. But aside from that, with the play on words, I made sure that it was ocean view. I did my due deal. I went YouTube videos. I went online, looked at reviews, and etc. So I made sure that where I was staying is, of course, something that's going to be, of course, of my standards. Now, of course, when you do, you know, everyone's experience is different. So you may not always see just like 5s and 4s and things like that. Someone may have had a terrible experience at the, you know, the time that they went. Something may have not been, you know, gone properly, etc. So you gotta take into consideration that you're gonna have great reviews and you're gonna have terrible ones. But you know, once we get to the median, if it's still a nice number, we're gonna move forward. So that's what I ended up doing. So that's how I decided where I'm gonna be staying. And yeah, so I'm really excited. I can't wait now that we're at the 6-month mark. We're at the 6-month mark, so it's my half birthday, as I mentioned before, and we're almost there. Now, I want to get into like the flight first. So the flight that I'm taking is I am flying through Emirates. and I'm going to be stopping in Dubai as my layover. All in all, I think it's like 20 something hours, like 25 hours, some change, like almost 26, according to, matter of fact, it says I think it's like 25 and some change, according to the screenshot that I have here. But yeah, so that's my flight. I did, you know, do my round trip, and for both flights, the total came out to $1,384.90. So about $1,385 for my flight. That's probably the most expensive flight I've booked to this day. As you know, I took advantage of COVID, so I went a lot of places in COVID and got really great rates. However, here, this flight cost me almost $1,400. So, again, it's my birthday, I'm worth it. I'll be big 39, big 39, baby, almost 40. So I was like, you know, whatever, because my 40th birthday is when I'm about to do it, and I'm already making arrangements for that too. So I'm not gonna tell you that just yet, but just know 40th is gonna be the shit. So, but yeah, so of course with international flights, you do get like two free bags, carry on, things like that. But I don't just take one bag in my backpack because I bring my laptop and like my camera stuff. So, but you can take 2 bags. Well, it's not for free, but it's included in your rates. I'm an economy girl. I would of course love one day to do first class or business class. But that is actually the plan for my 40s, is to take my first like business class, first class flight. So my 40s is probably gonna cost me like 20 bands, like no bullshit. But again, I'm turning big 40, like that's crazy work. You feel me? So again, we're about that. Now, as you can see, there's a video playing in my background. It should be giving you tips. It should be giving you, you feel me? If you know your geographics, it should go ahead. Sorry, that's ghetto. If you know your geographics, then you should kind of see where we're going here. But again, I'm not gonna tell you just yet. But yeah, we're doing big economy because that's the best for me. I feel personally, that's right up my alley as far as cost. Again, I'm not big balling as of right now, but I was speaking to existence. So it's gonna be economy flight, but you know, you get the meals, the food. A lot of times those flights aren't full, so you know, you kind of get space. Now, what's crazy is I'm actually leaving like midday. I think my flight leaves at like 3:30 in the afternoon. So I'm probably gonna work till about 12. And then once I clock out of work, I'm gone for 2 weeks, baby. I'm out of there. So I'll be there for about 10 days, 11 days. Oh yeah, about 11 days I'll be at my destination. Still not giving you no tips, because I'm giving you time to put in the comments where you're going so you can see if you're right or wrong. But yeah, so I'll be gone about 10 or 11 days, because you know I got that much vacation time. So once I'm done with this trip, I'll be like Brian McKnight back at 1, okay? Like right now, I don't have no vacation right now because I'm saving for my birthday. And it seems like that's what I'll be just doing every year, saving trips for my birthday, because I don't be having time to allow it to accumulate, because I like to be gone. But that can be good there. So yeah, so big economy, which is fine. I picked, of course, an aisle seat because I don't want to be getting up and excusing me. No, I don't like doing none of those type of things. So I picked the aisle seat so I can go big P if I need to do that, no problem. All right. Now that's it for flight. As far as accommodations, I'm going to be staying at a resort, but I don't think it's like the resort that I'm normally used to, because I have like all the reviews I've been looking at and people who like drop YouTube videos in regards to this location haven't showed like any alcohol. So am I gonna be just getting juice? Like, you know, what's all inclusive exactly? Like if there's no alcohol, like what is this? You know what I mean? But of course I'll see when I get there. Again, I'm not gonna judge it before I arrive because that's their experience, or maybe that's what they want to show. But if we have a big alcohol, you know I'm gonna share with y'all. We're gonna have a drink or 5. You feel me? So, but it's all inclusive. So that means like food, drinks, all those type of things are included. I am at the top of the resort. So there's a bunch of different resorts or different like hotels that are right next door that are the same chain, but there's like levels to it, right? Like where I'm staying is like the top one, and there's one next door, and then etc. And so because I'm at this one, I'll be able to kind of go to the others as well if I want to go to their restaurants or eat at their food, like, you know, eat their foods and things like that. So that's cool. I did get like the suite, so it's like ocean view. I have like a hot tub, like, and again, where I'm going is not like the lap of luxury, so I'm not expecting, you know what I'm saying, like secrets or dreams, you know what I mean? Because again, I'll be in a country that isn't as, now, and this is no disrespect, like of course there's affluent areas, but my expectations aren't like, you feel me, like this is not like Hamptons, you know what I mean? Like I don't expect for it to be just like, oh my god, this is $1 billion baby. Like no. I do expect it to be nice and clean, you know, but it does have a lot of like its culture there, so I understand, if that makes sense. But anyway, so I'll be staying at that resort, and the total for that resort was $1,447.38. So roughly almost $1,500 for the resort for the time that I'll be there, which is roughly like $150-ish a night if you think about it. But that's going to, of course, you know, cover me for the time that I'm there. They also have like airport shuttle, so I don't have to worry about booking that because they pick you up and drop you off. So I love that for me. But when I picked the location, I was just like, okay, cool, this is cool. I did my homework. I'm like, I love it. I paid everything up front, so everything is paid for. I am paying my my credit card, of course. So I'm paying them off as I go. But whenever I have extra money, I just throw it here, 400 here, 500 here, to pay it off, because I don't like to pay for things when once my trip arrives, I expect it to be fully paid off. I don't want to worry about anything except for like excursions and, you know, whatever I decide to buy while I'm there. So yeah. Now, as I told you before, I want to make sure the place that I'm going is somewhere I'm going to have a good time. As you know, I travel solo, so all the cost is on me, which is fine. Again, who better than me but me, baby? You feel me? So, but in total for both, right now I'm like $2,800, almost $2,900, so just a little under $3,000 for this trip, with my flight and my hotel accommodation. So I'm a little under $3,000, which is fine. Again, I was thinking about just what to do. Like, there's a lot of things I want to do while I'm there, and I think at this point I could probably tell you where it is I'm going. So if you haven't noticed, that you've already guessed, I'll be going to Zanzibar, Tanzania. So I'll be in Africa. I was in Africa before, but I was in Egypt, as you saw. And if you haven't, I have that playlist linked here for you as well. But I'll be in Africa, Tanzania, of course, which is in East Africa. And I'm excited. Like, I've always wanted to go to Zanzibar. I've always wanted to just kind of experience, you know, Africa in its entirety. I went to Egypt, won't be back there again. That's another story. But it'll be cool to kind of just get my feet wet and just see a little bit what Africa has to offer. Now, of course, eventually I want to go down to Ghana, Nigeria, and places like that, but just not yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I like to be naked on the beach. You feel me? So while I'm there, I do plan on doing excursions. I want to do a safari, but I didn't know safaris were so freaking expensive. I want to do a safari. I think the safari was like $600, but I think because I'm in Tanzania, I saw that all of them require me to get on a plane to go where the safari is. So I definitely gonna take advantage of going to a safari while I'm there. I mean, like, I want to see Pride Rock. Even though I'm, you know, it's fictitious, but again, I want to just kind of see a little bit of Africa, do this and that. Of course, I'm taking a cooking class. I know how I do with the cooking classes, so I'll be taking one of those. And just a number of other things. Like, I'm not doing ziplining or ATV. I feel like if you did it once, you've done them all. But yeah, I want to just see a lot of what Africa has to offer, or not so much just Africa, but Tanzania has to offer. And I'm just really excited, looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to sharing that experience with you all and just, you know, showing you guys Zanzibar from my perspective, from my lens, from the things that I do. Now, y'all know how I get. So y'all know some shit always happens. So, I mean, who knows what's going to occur while we're here, you know, while we're there in Zanzibar. Like, who knows what is in store for us, but I'm ready for it all. Yeah, so I'm mad excited. I just can't wait to really just get out there and get in that culture and just be amongst my people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just get amongst the folks and see what it is. Like, I will spend a lot of time on the resort, of course, but I'm going to actually, of course, leave the resort to go do other things. I'm going to eat off the resort sometimes. I'm going to go, you know, here and there, go to like the local areas and just see what it is, you know. So I'm excited. I'm taking you all with me. And yeah, I can't wait for us to turn up for my birthday. I'm having a birthday party and y'all are invited. Like, that's how I celebrate my birthday, is I have a party and I invite you all, but we do it internationally. And that's just how I view it these days. I used to do big parties and stuff, having dinners, going to the club, getting a section, doing all of that. And that was fun, like, you know, during that time and during that era. But recently, you know, within the past like 6 or so years, I've just been more so wanting to travel. Like, I want to go somewhere and do something. I want to take my money on experiences. And yeah, clubs are experiences, dinners are experiences and all that. That's cute. But I want something that's like fulfilling to me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like me traveling the world and just seeing things from my lens in different places, different continents, countries, things like that, it's so fulfilling to me. Like, I feel like that kind of like gives me purpose. And then not only that, I document it from my point of view, and that's just like something that I can just hold forever and keep forever and share with others. And I prefer that opposed to turn up in a section at a place I really want to be for real and shoot up, you heard of my damn feet. You know what I mean? Or over here at this dinner at this bougie restaurant where the food is mediocre, but I'm spending big bucks. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, I prefer to travel and just see the world and see what the world has to offer. And I appreciate you all for, of course, coming with me, enjoying it with me as well, being a part of my family, you know what I'm saying, just supporting me as well. We've made it over 300 subscribers. That's crazy with no promotion. Again, I'm more so slow and steady wins the race. Again, I like people to follow me and people to enjoy my content who are actually interested in it, as opposed to me telling people to be like, oh, video just dropped or this and that. Like, no. Like, if you find my page and you find it interesting and you love my content, I appreciate those who subscribe and stay and comment and like things. But if I'm not for you, that's fine too. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for stopping by. But those of you who stuck with me through thick and thin, and thicker clearly right now because my ass is still big as hell, I love y'all for that, okay? But yeah, so I'm taking my travels to Zanzibar, Tanzania for my birthday next year in January, and I cannot wait to see what it has in store. Again, I really appreciate you all, and yeah, I will see you later. Bye.